Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Smith, and this is my weekly wrap up video for the week of March 2nd through March 8th, 2025, where I talk about what went up on my channel and then what I did with my week. So, first of all, on Monday, I posted a review for Vespers by Jeff Roven. It's a killer bat novel. So, check out that video to see what I thought of that. On Friday, I posted my review for Carnosaur by, I have to look, Harry Adam Knight. Book's right over there on a book cart. And that's a killer dinosaur book. Check out the review to see what I thought of that one. Folks who know me probably have a good idea of my opinion on those two books, considering my bias. On Wednesday was Reading Remembrances for February of 2006. And of course, Sunday was the weekly wrap up. But Tuesday of last week, I posted a video where I speak with Kit Power, Kaylee Dobbs, and Stephen Kozanowski about Kit Power's book Millionaire's Day and the strange occurrences revolving around the book and around Millionaire's Day. So please check that out. That was a lot of fun, and I'd like everybody to watch that video. So that's basically what went on as far as my channel. The usual stuff. 2 book reviews, a Reading Remembrances, but a little something extra. As for the rest of my week, I worked. The weather has been insane. It was almost 70 Monday or Tuesday, and then freezing cold again. We had a bunch of snow. We just had a bunch of snow. Well, I say a bunch. We had snow. There's snow on the ground right now. And it's gotten cold again. It's crazy weather. I worked. And I played some tabletop games today. But a couple of things. Now, in the last weekly wrap up, I teased that I was making a life-changing decision. And I'm going to tease that for just a little bit longer because another life-altering thing happened. So, I like junk food. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. Big fan of junk food. And a certain Ruffles flavor was my favorite flavor of potato chip. But around 2020, before that part, it was widely available. I'd get them at Walmart all the time. Then, around 2020, around pandemic times, they seemed to disappear. Well, they did disappear. I haven't seen them in 5 years until this past Monday, when I just happened to spot some on the shelf at Walmart. One little row. And I bought 3 bags. And what I'm talking about, here's one of the bags right here. Actually, this isn't one of the bags I bought. We'll get to that in a second. I'm talking about Ruffles all dressed potato chips. All dressed #1 Ruffles flavor in Canada. I absolutely love these chips. So much so, and it's limited time. I love them so much, I bought 3 bags. When I went back to Walmart on Thursday, I was going to buy 4 more bags, but they didn't have any. But I did tell my family that if they spotted them anywhere, to buy me 2 or 3 bags. And yesterday, my mother bought me 3 more bags. So I currently have 6 bags of Ruffles all dressed potato chips. I haven't opened any. I'm going to save them for as long as possible. And I'm going to continue buying more bags every time I see them, because it's a limited time. They're going to run out. So it was life-changing that All Dressed are back for a little bit. You know what? I jumped ahead. I was so excited about the Ruffles. I didn't talk about what I read this past week, which usually comes first before all this other stuff. So let's take a look at that. Now, I don't recall exactly where I was last week when I recorded my weekly wrap up. So, just in case, I finished Unseen 2 by Brian Smith. I'm currently doing a book bundle reading, and it's all books that are number twos. So initially it was Psycho 2, then what the hell was the next one? Oh, Damien Omen 2, followed by The Unseen 2 by Brian Smith. I just can't remember if I finished that before or after I recorded my last weekly wrap up. After The Unseen 2 was Jaws 2. Just finished that yesterday. And I am currently, I say currently, but I haven't even actually started it yet. But The Amityville Horror 2 is the final book in this book bundle of books that are number twos. So there you go. That's what's been going on with reading. My apologies for the chaotic nature of this video. But finally, let's get to that life-altering decision that I made. I spent a little money on myself. I say that way too often. Yesterday, I bought this. This is a carry case. I have it for protection because I don't know that I'll be carrying this many places. But I finally decided, it's been years, many, many years since I've had a game system. I had an Xbox 360 that I eventually sold. And I sold all my games and everything. I wiped the memory on the 360 before I sold it, or took it to the exchange, because I just didn't have the time for everything, and the video game system can be a big time suck. But I finally decided to break down, and I got myself a Switch Lite. Look at that reflection. That's shiny. Got myself a Switch Lite. I didn't want to get the full-size Switch. I mean, it would be fun to play it on the TV screen and everything. But I'm kind of hoping that having the smaller game will maybe curtail my desire to spend all my time playing video games. Because I don't want it to cut into, reading time and making videos and all that stuff. So this past Thursday, went to Walmart, bought the Switch Lite, and at the same time I bought... I should have grabbed the cases. They're over there. I bought Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. So the first 3 games. I don't know what the remastered part is because I'm currently playing Tomb Raider 1 and it looks exactly like it did back in the day. So they apparently didn't change the graphics or anything. And there's really nothing that comes with the game. Man, there's no instructions for anything anymore. I know you can just look it up, but the Switch Lite came with the game, a charger cord, and a warning pamphlet or whatever you would call it in like 20 languages. Absolutely no instructions about anything about how to use the Switch Lite. But as soon as I plugged it in to charge it, it already seemed to have half a charge, and it came on, and I went through and did the, what language I want, what time zone I'm in. I signed up for a Nintendo profile or whatever it is. Not paying for anything yet. As far as, I guess you can have a paid subscription or whatever you would call it, and you can play online with other people. It's still online. But anyway, got the Switch Lite, got the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. And again, that didn't come with any instructions. And the first game starts with a tutorial. You're walking through Lara Croft's mansion, and there's a point where you go into sort of this gymnasium tumbling kind of place. And she says, if you hold down the walk button, it does such and such and such. And I'm like, I have no idea which button is the walk button. I had to play around a bunch to figure out what the walk button was. And it's the top right trigger. But yeah, I had no idea. And then I immediately died when I got to the first scenario because I got attacked by bats and I didn't know how to draw my pistols or how to fire them. Because nothing about that anywhere in the game, or no instructions. Anyway, but so I'm playing Tomb Raider 1 right now. So that was on Thursday. Friday, got off work an hour early because apparently it was Employee Appreciation Day, and so we only had to work 7 hours, but getting paid for 8. So I went to GameStop, which is where I bought this little carry case, protective case. It's hard shell, but padded inside. And I don't have a great place to store the game, so I just wanted something to kind of protect it as it's sitting around. I don't know that I'm going to be taking it a lot of places. But it also has this little sleeve thing. That wasn't very... This little sleeve thing that's got room for 10 of the game cartridges. So I bought this at GameStop, and I also bought a new copy of the Batman Arkham Trilogy, I think it says. Again, I left the cases over there. So it's the first 3 Arkham games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. I actually played Arkham Asylum on the Xbox 360 and beat that game, but I will replay it on here because I don't remember anything about it. So I picked those up at GameStop. Then I went to the Exchange, which was right by the GameStop, and picked up a Resident Evil trilogy, which is Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. 4 is on the game cartridge. 5 and 6 had codes to digitally download the games. So I did that immediately. And then, I went a little nuts to start. Then I ordered from Target, of all places, this game that I had seen at Walmart. And it's the game I had planned to get when I bought the system, but it wasn't there anymore. It's Retro Realms, Halloween, and Ash vs. the Evil Dead. And it's a new game, I believe. Can't be that old because Ash vs. Evil Dead isn't that old, but it's a 16-bit, and if you're playing the Halloween game, you play as Michael Myers. If you're playing the Ash vs. Evil Dead, you play as Ash. I read something about how you can cross the characters over into the games, into the respective games. You know what I'm saying. But since they didn't have that at Walmart, I picked up the Tomb Raider. But I ordered this Halloween and Ash vs. Evil Dead from Target. That should arrive next week. And then I just happened to be fooling around on the eStore, and one of the games I absolutely wanted. Like, so far, all of the games I've gotten weren't top of the list. Top of the list is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I've played the previous games, loved them, so I want to get Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I found out Skyrim is available. I played the shit out of that on Xbox 360, so I definitely want to get that. But one of the absolute top games, probably number 2, I found on the eStore for $7.99 plus tax. So I immediately bought that first thing this morning, and that is Call of Cthulhu. So that's downloaded onto the system, or in the cloud, or however they do it. I don't know exactly. But yeah, $8.51 after tax for Call of Cthulhu. Very excited about that. So yeah, that's the big life-changing decision I made, was to buy a new video game system. I'm trying very hard not to go crazy with it. I actually didn't play... No, that's a lie. I played for about 10 minutes yesterday. Once I got the games, I put in the Resident Evil and downloaded the 2 digitals, and then tossed in Batman, make sure that was going to come up and everything. I put Tomb Raider back in. I played it a little bit. And I've only ever played Tomb Raider. I played the original for 10 minutes once when it was brand new. I'm already further along in this than I ever got when I played it back in the day. But that was it. I did not spend a lot of time with the game system yesterday. And then this morning, when I woke up, I played a little more Tomb Raider after I downloaded the Call of Cthulhu. Played a little more Tomb Raider, got a little further. Had to Google how to save. Because unfortunately, at one point I died and had to go back. I somehow managed to save at one point, but I had to go back and just felt a little far to me. So now I just periodically save because I'm not very good at it. I got to get used to the controls and stuff. But I had to Google how to save the game. So that's it. Big changes in my life. But really going to try hard not to let it interfere with anything. It's just a little something to treat myself. Excuse me. Other than that, I'm actually recording this early because I'm going bowling with people from work tonight. So I didn't want to wait until after because I don't know how late that's going to be, how tired I'll be. So I'm recording this hours and hours earlier than I normally would. I think that's pretty much everything that's going on. So, question for the video. I have a number of questions. 1, do you care about any of this stuff that isn't book stuff? Basically, I wanted to do these videos just to add some content and just to chat with folks. And if I just did book stuff, it would basically be telling you what you could easily see by looking at my channel, which is what I posted in the previous week. Telling you what I read, which you would eventually learn by watching the reviews. Which is fine if that's all anybody wants to see. So, do you care about the rest of it? Do you care that I bought a Switch Lite? Did I say that's what it was? Now that I think about it, it's a Switch Lite. Do you care about the potato chips, or that I played tabletop games, or that I'm going bowling? Please let me know. This channel is for you almost as much as it's for me. So that's question number 1. Question number 2, have you ever had Ruffles all-dressed potato chips? If so, what do you think? I'm always afraid when flavors are brought back that they're not going to be the same. Taco Doritos, the flavor is not exactly what it was. It used to be, there was a time, I believe, when they had like Taco Bell on the label, and they tasted different than they do now. I still like Taco Doritos, taco flavored Doritos, but they've changed the flavor. Ruffles had a buffalo potato chip that was, at the time, I hadn't had all dressed yet. At the time, that buffalo potato chip was my favorite Ruffles flavor. It was hot. Couple of chips in and I was sweating, but it was delicious. They were incredibly greasy. I think they left more stains on your fingers than Cheetos do. Those went away, and then they kind of came back for a limited time, but not the same at all. So it's kind of scary that I have 6 bags of these and haven't opened one yet. I really hope they're the same. But the question was, have you ever heard of them? Have you ever had them? What do you think? And then the third question is video games. Switch, do you play the Switch? Have you played the Switch? Does the Switch interest you? What video game systems do you have? What are your favorite games to play? Do you have any recommendations for me? Couple of things. I'm not a huge fan of first-person shooters. And at the moment, not interested in things like Mario Kart, or basically games that you have to play with other people. And I'm not a big fan of co-op games with strangers. You know, playing a game where it's me and a million other people running around trying to kill me. Not a fan of those. But basically, I'm looking for good, fun horror games. That's why I grabbed the Resident Evil. I do like BioShock. I played BioShock on the 360, and I know that's a first-person shooter-ish. And there's a BioShock for the Switch, which I'll probably pick up eventually. I'm not going to just keep buying at this rate. I just wanted to build a nice little library to start with. I probably will eventually pick up Alien Isolation, but I don't even know their entire catalog. But so, what video games do you play? What systems do you have? Let's talk a little bit about video games, and that's it. There you go. Yeah. If you answer all those questions in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, I'll have links for my Instagram and Bluesky in the description below. And that's all I've got for you this week. So until next week, read more books.